Hi everyone, I hope you're well. My next commission is yet another little dog. I do an awful lot of dogs, and this little one I know personally, well, knew because he has actually passed away. His name was Trevor, and he belonged to some dear friends of ours. Very diddy little legs in the front, and an adorable face. Anyhow, Trevor is going to go onto this lovely Bohemia. Now, I think this is crystallite. I don't think that it's lead crystal. It's they haven't actually said on this. I've had it for a while. Not sure. But it's quite fine. It's got an interesting sound. It rings nicely, but just having a look at it, you can see this is not very thick. It is not very thick at all, but it's a lovely, lovely glass. It's got a beautiful feel to it, and obviously this is the modern gin glass, or a really big sort of cocktail glass. I would imagine more ice than anything else, because if you put all that in your tummy, you certainly know all about it. Anyhow, so I have printed, as I usually do, a large image and then the one that I want to trace, because as you know, I am not going to sit with this image on the side and try and copy it. I am going to trace the main details first. So this will sit somewhere in the glass, about that sort of area. There won't be any name on it or anything like that, no lettering or anything else, just the image. Now, obviously this is going to be surface engraved for the obvious reason that the glass is very thin, so I'm not going to do any deep engraving, just surface engraving, which we can of course get all the depths and the shading and the textures really that we need with shallow engraving without going deep at all. But I've got to be very careful because, as I say, this is not very thick. It slightly thickens up down here before it gets to the bottom, but the area at the top, no, I won't be going any higher than a couple of centimeters from the rim. All right, so let's get going with this. Well, a follow-up on my previous little entry. This, what I thought was a really nice glass to do the dog portrait on. I decided to check it because I know that Bohemia, they often have flaws that are, as you know, not detected with the naked eye and only detectable with polaroid film. So I decided to check. Thank goodness I did. Now, let's see. I've put a light on because we need a good light source. I'm going to try and show you. Right, light source. Right, this is like so hard to come by. This, 2 pieces of polaroid film. I'm going to hold, oh my goodness, one like that in the front, and then I've got back 2 fingers holding the back little piece, and I'm going to turn one of them basically until it's really dark. Can you see that? I hope you can. Now, I am going to, actually, I'm going to zoom you in. Hold on. Ugh. Right, let's try that again. Now I'm going to put my glass between these two pieces. Let's see. Now I can see it from my angle here. I'm not sure what you can see there. There it is. Can you see that? Flippin' heck. Can you see that line? There. There. That line. I've got my finger on it, right? That line is there. That line, I'm falling over here, hang on. That line is halfway down the glass. Halfway down the glass. How does that work? So that means that forget using this glass for the dog, because I am only going to upset that line. And basically, usually, okay, let me put a mark there. I'll put a mark. Okay, right. Usually, when they are smoothing off the rim, okay, because cheap glass, you get that blob around the edge. But when they're smoothing it off so you can have a wonderful sensation when you're sipping out of a very fine crystal, they reheat the top. And if they don't cool it down slowly at the same rate it initially cooled down in the annealer, these molecules do not knit. And it's normally about there. So then you can work underneath that. But there, so this is what I've marked with a white pencil, okay? That is right bang in the middle of the glass. And to be honest, that's a real pain, because even sandblasting, I have upset a glass before and it is reamed off. And that is where, I'll show you again an example. It grows. It literally, grows. Now, you've all seen this before, but in case some of you haven't, this is an old glass, right? Really old, really dusty. I keep it for my students. There's the top. Okay, so that was once upon a time, that was there. And I finished engraving this whole chap. And it was right on that spot there. That was the stress line. And I came back the next morning and boom, gone. Exit, one piece of glass, and this whole engraving just completely wasted. But I keep it because it's a good example. Now, I have still got another of those glasses. Actually, yes, this is the same. And they are such nice glasses. They're really old. I can't even remember where I got them from. And there we are. Isn't that lovely? It's got a gorgeous stem. It's not very heavy. It's quite fine. Let's try and do this again, shall we? I'm going to turn you around again. Here we go. Zoom you in. Sorry about the brightness. You can see how I'm turning these. Don't ask me where you get this from now, because I haven't got a clue. Let's put that. Now, see, look where... Can you see that? Oh my gosh. Let me put my magnifiers on again, because I can't see the screen to see what you can see. Let's see what I can see. There you go. Look at that. Now, that is there, right? Okay. Hang on. Get a good one. There. Strong, strong, strong. Got my finger on it. It's near the rim. Okay, now you can't see it because I've taken the film away. That's right near the rim. It's a centimetre from the rim. So that really, I can work underneath. Let me show you that again. 2 pieces of film. Okay, turn it until it's really dark. Put that behind there. And there is your stress line. And that stress line moves. I'm turning the glass now. You can see it changes a bit. It goes higher, it goes lighter. And then it comes down, it gets thicker. Oh, well. So, what can you do? Let me zoom you out again. That's better. Sorry about the wonky camera. Everything's going wrong. So that stress line was about 1 centimetre from the rim. That's normal. You can deal with that. You can get underneath it. You can cover the bottom in flowers, which I might do with this one because this is a nice glass. I think I've got one downstairs I have done that with. It's very old. I don't know, it's got something brushy on the bottom. But as for this one, forget it. I might as well just take it home and use it for my guests to drink out of as it is. I mean, it's pretty. Trouble is, in the shops, they sell the glass for drinking out of, not for engraving, and that is a problem. This I've bought from a supplier who obviously supplies engravers, but they also supply the shops. You know, it's going to make no difference whatsoever to someone dining at home in a plain glass. The only time it would upset that line is if you have an extreme change of temperature, might upset it, and also if you knock it on the tap when you're washing it up, that may well upset it as well, because that's the whole idea. It's quite fragile there. And what happens is when you're using the drill, sometimes you can get away with it, but most of the time, if you're using the drill and you go a little bit hard there, you will crack it end of, and the whole thing will grow around and you can take the top off. So, right, this happens to be quite an urgent job for this dog. I, at this point, have no idea what I'm going to engrave it on because they want a cocktail glass and they're all very fine. I don't know. Watch this space. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Cheers for now.